Hey, Brooke here. Did you know that you have a Pokémon region in your brain? If you played a lot of Pokémon as a kid, there's a part of your brain that activates differently than someone who didn't. Not symbolically, structurally. Your Game Boy may have helped organize your cortex, and that tells us something fascinating about how your brain organizes what matters. In the ventral temporal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for organizing objects, categories get territory. Faces have regions. Words have regions, animals have regions, and these regions don't appear randomly. They develop on repeated exposure, especially during childhood when your brain is highly plastic. Neuroplasticity research shows that young brains reorganize themselves around what they repeatedly process. The cortex isn't fixed, it's shaped. Which brings us to Pokémon. Researchers scanned adults who played Pokémon Red and Blue as children. When shown Pokémon characters decades later, their brains activated a consistent area of the ventral temporal cortex. Not scattered memory activation, a patterned, localized response. Almost like a tiny category-specific neighborhood. Why? Because childhood is when the visual system is still being mapped. And Pokémon were the perfect training set. Hundreds of similar but distinct creatures, repeatedly viewed, categorized obsessively, emotionally meaningful, and seen centrally on a small screen, typically held up close to the face. Your brain had to get good at telling them apart, and it adapted accordingly. You were quite literally a Pokémon trainer. Psychologist Donald Hebb famously proposed what came known as Hebbian theory. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you saw a Pokémon, recognized it, remembered its type, associated it with battle outcomes, the same neural circuits activated together. And repetition strengthens connection. Synapses become more efficient, networks stabilize. Which means your childhood gameplay didn't just build a memory, it shaped architecture. Your brain architecture, to be exact. So what does this actually mean? Well, you don't literally have a Pokémon lobe, but you do have category specialization shaped by attention and repetition. And that's the bigger point. Your brain doesn't prioritize what's objectively important. It prioritizes what you repeatedly engage with. Attention is a sculptor, repetition is a chisel, emotion is glue, and together they build neural territory. Sure, your brain develops most in childhood, but neuroplasticity doesn't disappear in adulthood. So if fictional creatures can carve space in your cortex, what's carving it now? Skills you're practicing? Goals you're chasing? Social media feeds? Anxiety loops? Hebbian learning doesn't care whether the stimulus is profound or trivial. If it fires together often enough, it wires together. So be mindful of what regions you're constructing there, Bob the Builder. You might not consciously think that Pokémon shaped you, but neurologically, a small part of you is shaped by what you loved at 8 years old. Heck, what you even love now. Pokémon isn't just for kids, at least that's what I tell my mom. Like what your weird brain just learned, hit subscribe. Oh, you didn't? Well, that's okay. If I keep showing up, I'll carve a neural pathway eventually. Just call me Brooke Ketchum.